This week, indictments were unsealed against two Republican operatives, Jesse Denton and Doug Weed, for allegedly funneling money from a Russian national to the Trump campaign in 2016. Now, these individuals, at Benton at least, had already been pardoned by Donald Trump in 2020. However, as we have discussed in the past, there are multiple different ways, essentially, to prosecute individuals that have already received a presidential pardon, and that appears to be what's happening here with Denton and Weed, of course, too. So here's what the two are accused of doing in this indictment. A Russian national, who has not been named yet, wanted to give $25,000 to, Trump campaign in 2016 so that he could go to a fundraiser, one of those meet and greets, maybe, whatever it was, be a VIP. But it's illegal for a foreign national to give money to a United States campaign. So Benton and Weed came up with the idea, give us the money, according to the indictment, and we will make the donation for you. So then you get the benefits of it. We get around U.S. law. We're your straw donors is what it's called. And hey, everything's cool. Everything's great. Everybody wins. Except, of course, for Denton and Weed, who are now facing serious criminal charges for being the straw donors for this Russian national. Now, here's the thing. And believe it or not, this actually ties into the story that I talked about this past weekend with the Clinton lawyer who was indicted, by Durham as his part of investigating the investigators of the Mueller investigation. Just as that one did not prove that the whole Trump-Russia thing was overblown, this one does not prove that Trump was in bed with Russia. And I've already seen a lot of liberals on social media hyping this up as like, here's the proof. Nope, this is also not proof of that. There is no evidence at all to suggest that the Trump campaign was even aware of what was happening here. They didn't know that Denton, who, by the way, worked for Rand Paul for many, many years and is very closely associated with Rand Paul. But anyway, they didn't know that this money was coming from a Russian national. There's no evidence to suggest that they did. There's no evidence to suggest that this Russian national was acting on behalf of the Russian government. We don't know that he was a Putin operative out there trying to get close to Trump to do whatever the hell it is people think they were trying to do. This isn't any of that, okay? We don't necessarily know all of those details yet. And it's a bit ridiculous to go ahead and try to jump to these conclusions when we don't even know who this individual is or what their real motivations were. So, just as the Clinton lawyer being indicted doesn't prove all of the Trump-Russia stuff was overhyped, this one does not prove that it's definitely something that happened either. This is a case of an individual who got his hands on two longtime Republican operatives, and they're the ones taking the fall because he wanted to give money to Donald Trump. As this story continues, as more information comes out, we will definitely follow up because I think there's a lot of unanswered questions here. Most notably, again, who is the fella and why did he want to give $25,000 to Donald Trump? As we get more of those answers, maybe the picture will become a little more clear, maybe links will be established, or maybe it'll just be the case of a wealthy foreign guy wanting to get close to Donald Trump, which, again, isn't even out of the realm of possibility, considering if this guy had $25,000 to donate to a campaign, he's probably not a pauper. So getting closer to other rich people is probably something that he's fairly used to. Again, we'll know more as this story develops, but one thing we do know is that Denton and Weed are in a lot of trouble, and this time, they likely won't be saved by a presidential pardon. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for fresh content 7 days a week.